Hello, we are here in our children's home library. So today we thought we were going to do a tour of his little library. So on this shelf we have his animal books and ocean animal books. We have everything. See, he's showing you all. You're such a goof. Um, these are his animal books. He uses these a lot to learn facts and to look at pictures and
don't forget these.
oh yeah, the bottom shelf houses all of our little people. Little people collection. It's supposed to be a library tour though, honey. So, this is his little chair that he can sit and read. This is a chair for me.
Wait.
Okay.
Do it again.
This is his little chair. You're so goofy. Okay, up here we have some educational books. So we have like this Osborne's World Atlas, atlases, art books, look and find. He loves those. These books that study anatomy. We're studying that right now, learning all the parts of the body.
Where are the look and find?
The look and find books are right here. Not that one. These three. Oh, these four. And over here we have some puzzles. This top shelf houses the rest of our puzzles. This is our Dr. Seuss slash beginner books.
Look, Mama.
Thank you. A lot of these are early readers. There's all different levels in here. So we have like from the very, very basic all the way to actual books. I tend to prefer vintage readers just because I don't know, the readers now tend to be like Spider-Man and Superman and that kind of thing. I'm just not into that. But, any of these vintage readers we've really enjoyed. They tend to have good stories that appeal to both boys and girls. They're not gendered. They're just really, really good. This one's really good. Like an easy chapter book. Four on the Shore. That was one we really liked.
What is Four on the Shore?
Remember when the kids were trying to scare the little brother? They were at the lake and they were trying to scare the little brother, but he didn't get scared.
Let me see it. Oh.
You remember that one?
Yeah.
So here we have our Eric Carle shelf. He's a huge Eric Carle fan.
Look at this.
He loves
Mama.
Eric Carle's style. I saw it.
This is about the world.
He loves Eric Carle's style of drawing. So we have a lot of Dr. Seuss. Those were some of the first books that he was able to read. Green Eggs and Ham, all that kind of stuff. If you have a really beginner reader, Hop on Pop is really good because that one's really, really basic. I like some of these that aren't super famous, like A Fly Went By is really cute. And Stop That Ball. We really like both of those. Stop That Ball. Both of those are really good. We have some Winnie the Pooh books. He's starting to get into those a little bit. Curious George, we've read a few of those. He likes. See, these are some of the vintage I Can Read books. And those we really, really like. Again, basic stories for boys or girls. Not a gendered type of princess story or superhero story. So that's something that will appeal to everybody. I got these, which were really helpful when he was first learning to read. These keywords reading scheme. Those are a vintage set, and those were really, really helpful. The Sweet Pickles books we really like. It's all different animal characters. He's super into animals. And they're just really cute books. Those are from when I was a kid. So we have from the really basic all the way to level 3. And then these are actual books. And we started getting into these. And lot
The
of...
piranhas. Look, the piranhas.
Ooh, piranhas. A lot of these are really good vintage ones. Definitely recommend Owl at Home. That's a really good one.
What's Owlet home?
Remember we read that one?
I don't remember. Okay. We have it.
Yep.
Let's see it.
George and Martha. He really loved these books. George and Martha
Can I
books.
see Owlet home?
Owl at Home. It's right here.
Oh, it's Owl at home.
Yeah, you remember that now?
Yes.
Yes. We read so many books, it's hard to remember. So this middle shelf is kind of his favorites. So he puts those so he can access those super easy. He really liked this one. This is a really good one. He liked all the Fox books. The Little Witch books are really cute. Those are really, really fun. The Frog and Toad books, we really love these. We have 4 of them. Those are great when you're first starting to read.
Whoa! Look how long that snake is.
Whoa, is that an anaconda?
Yeah.
This is another favorite shelf. So both of those are really close to his reading chair, so he can sit there and read another George and Martha book. Where's That Fish? He really likes this book. Tamara and the Sea Witch. Tamara and the Sea Witch.
Ooh,
Those...
Look, it's the deep sea.
All right. Can you go and sit in your chair so I can show this side, please?
Yes.
Okay.
Gonna give what was it?
So...
What is it? It's a book.
Oh. 4 on the Shore. These, again, are his educational books, books about art, solar system, science, geography. Some, like, history ones, like Princesses of the World. So different princesses in different countries. Talk about different cultures. These are chapter books. We don't have a ton yet because he's just starting to get into chapter books. Charlotte's Web, we did read that together. We read this together, The Magic Finger. We read Stuart Little. The Jungle Book, the Bunnicula books. Again, favorites from when I was a kid. These are some bigger Eric Carle and bigger Dr. Seuss books that I didn't have room for on this shelf. And then these are some of our board books. I did initially get rid of all of his board books when he got older, but then I realized when he started to read, we didn't have any like really easy books to read. So I did get some of those. These are all our paperback books. He really loves this book, Raven.
Oh, yeah.
Raven. That's a nice cultural one. We try really hard to have stories that feature different cultures, different ethnicities, different beliefs. That's Curious George. We have a lot of Curious George. These are all our Disney. And he doesn't read these as often as I would like, but...
Read what?
The Disney stuff. Because we have some really cute ones. We have some good ones. We have some vintage ones and then some modern ones. Oh, and down here is our books that are in dual languages or in different languages or dual languages. And we do these sometimes. This Berlitz Junior French is really good because that shows everything really broken down in basic. And that's dual language as well, as you can see. So that's definitely one that I'd recommend if you are trying to get your kid into another language. These are some older books here. Those are mostly for me. I don't even know what I have here. Aesop's Fables, Treasure Island. Yeah, so a lot of the paperbacks are the Dolly Parton books. He's been really enjoying those.
How about Trumpamoto?
Thrumpamoto, yeah, this is a really good one. This was one of my favorites as a kid. Features a kid in Japan and talks a lot about Japanese culture and things like that. So that's a really fun one that he really enjoyed. Oh, these notebooks here are his art journals. So we have a lot, but he goes through a lot. But try to have those available all the time so he can express himself through art and have one of these. Oh, alligator. Oh, those really should be on his animal shelf. Snakes and alligators.
Or snakes and or snakes. Let me see snakes.
Yeah, so I'll give you a better look at his animal shelf. Oh, this side of the room is his kitchen area. A little messy right now. So I do have these labels to kind of basically organize where everything goes. Whether or not it gets put back in the right place is another question, but we'll have our world map above the chair there. So wild animal books and then ocean animal books. The majority of these are ocean animal books, but those he's been enjoying even before he could read. He'd always go through and look at the pictures. So those are very important. We'll put this guy back here. Alligators and crocodiles. So that is our children's home library, I think. Oh, top shelf there is our instruments. And then the pictures here are the frames that you can change out the pictures. The top just lifts up and you slide another picture in. So, and then we have the clock, the learning clock, where it has the hours color-coded and marked, and then a little sign that says Monty's Library is open. So that's cute. So yeah, our puzzles, musical instruments, puzzles. There's a few workbooks there, but we mostly did those before he could read or write very much. Now we really don't do those very often. So yeah, again, animal books, ocean animal books, Disney paperbacks, board books, educational books, his favorite shelf, Dr. Seuss, Bright and Early Beginner books, some little golden books. I didn't show those. Oh, some vintage Muppets books, some more chapter books, and all these are vintage readers, mostly vintage readers, and Eric Carle books right here. And that is our home library. You want to say bye?